You are looking at the Wetterlings Wilderness Axe. This is an excellent tool, one that I would definitely recommend it to you. I've been using this one for over 6 years, and I've been very impressed with it. I love the fact that these hatchets are manufactured in Sweden, that they are hand forged, and that Wetterlings has been doing that for over 100 years. I like the tradition that comes with a tool like this, handcrafted and at a reasonable price. 6 years ago, I purchased this hatchet, or small axe. It's got a 13-inch overall length from the top of the head to the bottom of the handle, and it weighs in total at about 1.2 pounds. I purchased this hatchet for about $40, and I felt that I was getting a really good deal there. Over the last 6 years, the price on these has doubled. They are now going to cost you about $80, maybe a little bit more than that. So before you watch this review and fall in love with this excellent tool, this handcrafted item, just know that it carries with it about a $100 price tag. I wish that the price had remained around $40 or $50. I think that it represented a better deal, a better value at a $40 or $50 price. An enormous value at that price point. But it's about $80 to $100. That's about the price that they're going for now. They are still a great, handcrafted, excellent product, and one that will serve you well no matter what you're going to be using that for, whether that's backpacking, camping, around the house. It's an excellent tool. I would definitely recommend it to you. And you're going to see my chop test and a mini review coming up now. We're going to do some chopping now here with this excellent little hatchet. This is about a 2.5-inch piece of sapling. It was recently cleared from some property, and so I'm filming it now. The tree did not die for this video. You can see here, this is a great little hatchet. It'll burn through stuff very quickly. I've owned this hatchet for a number of years, over 6 years. It's gone on multiple backpacking trips and day hikes and other activities with me in the woods. It has done a lot of chopping. That means that I've had to resharpen it a number of times, and that's been relatively easy to do. You can see there's the head. It's got a nicely finished. I love the Wetterlings and the Granforth Brooks hatchets and axes because they have a lot of soul. This is made in Sweden, has a hand-forged head, and I really like it. It makes me feel like I could be in the woods 200 years ago. Kind of transports me through time and history. There are a number of other great hatchets and axes out there, maybe that are more inexpensive, more readily available than these, but for the history and the look, I'm not sure you can beat the Wetterlings hatchet. They're not cheap though. When I purchased this one 6 years ago, I think I paid around $40 for it. And since then, Wetterlings has been purchased by Granforth Brooks, and I think intentionally the price has been raised to make it more in line with the cost of the Granforth Brooks hatches. But these are still great hatchets, and they are oftentimes less expensive than the other companies' offerings. A hatchet you might want to consider, and that I like, and is maybe a better splitter, probably about the same as a chopper compared to this one, is the Fiskars X7. I really like this hatchet, but as you can see, it's just plastic. You couldn't rehaft the head, just plastic, and it's finished and it's made. Great hatchet, works really well, is very lightweight and really robust. I don't see this handle breaking on me anytime soon, but the reality is this is not nearly as nice a tool. Not as nice to look at, not as nice to own. It is going to be quite a bit cheaper. These are going to run about $25, $35. You can probably purchase them at your local sporting goods store, maybe even a Walmart. great hatchet, but I prefer the Wetterlings because of its fit, finish, its look. Has a nice wooden handle. This is not a garage store hatchet. This is not one that you're just going to run in that the head is kind of kaiwampus, off-centered on the handle. This is a handcrafted piece of workmanship and artwork, and it's very usable. And I have used this one, and I'll continue to use it. Do some more chopping here, just to give you guys an example. Again, I've chopped for hours and hours with this particular hatchet here. Do some more chopping. You can see definitely works right through. Flip it over here. Boom. That is a good chopping tool. One of the things you're going to want to be, this just reminded me because I just about skewered myself with this. You're going to want to be careful as you're chopping with these hatchets or short axes that you get close enough and that you kneel down. So if you miss, it might stink to have your hatchet go into the ground, but that's a lot better option in any situation that I can think of than having it go into your leg. And that could have, the way I was chopping there was a little bit unsafe. So just be aware of that. You don't want to do that consistently because you're going to hurt yourself. I have a friend of mine who embedded a hatchet into his leg on a trip, and that was not a good thing to have done. Do a little bit more chopping here. You can see there I'm able to remove a lot of material. This is about 1.5 pounds head, I think is what they say. I haven't weighed it myself, but it is very lightweight. I don't find myself feeling like this is a really heavy hatchet, something that I'm unhappy to have with me or on me. See there, it just comes off very nicely. If you're going to be manufacturing a shelter in a wilderness situation, or even in a non-wilderness situation, but you're going to be using this to construct a shelter because you needed shelter, this would be a great hatchet, a great tool to have. It's very lightweight, and I like that it's only 13 inches overall. It slips very nicely into most camel packs, and is very lightweight for its size and its usefulness. The Wetterlings Wilderness Hatchet is a tool that I would definitely recommend to you. It is a quality product, and it will serve you well whether you are bushcrafting, whether you are on a backpack trip, or you're just splitting some wood for the fireplace at home. It carries with it an excellent heritage, over 100 years, a company that has been manufacturing hatchets and axes in Sweden. I like the fact that it carries with it that heritage, and I also enjoy the fact that it is a quality, full-use tool. If you like this video, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel. My goal is to produce quality video reviews on shooting, camping, and survival gear. This is the Gear Tester signing off.